Hi everyone, this is the Swanky Markets Outlook for the 16th of May 2010. I hope some of you got benefit on Friday when you were asking advice through Twitter and some of you emails. It is something that we will do again, but not for a little while. The purpose of this is to get you to see for yourself logical places to get into trades and to start learning the markets. What will you do if you don't learn how to do it yourself? You can't rely on, if you learn to do it yourself, it just makes it so much easier. I've had a lot of emails asking me to do a signal service, and some people offering me a lot of money to do a signal service. Guys, I'm in these markets a long time, and I'll be here for long more, but signal service, something I will probably do in the future, but for now my main aim is to open the site up, and then I'll look at doing a signal service. And to open the site up really, and to try and teach you how to play the markets and to get you away from looking at lower time frame charts. You need to be looking at the 4-hour, daily, weekly charts for support, resistance, the hourly for logical levels, and I only go down to 15-minute charts to fine-tune my entry. So anything lower than an hour, I wouldn't take a signal to end a trigger, or a signal, if you want to call it, off it to enter. It's just 15-minute I use to fine-tune. Anyway, on to this week. The euro, more news out over the weekend. The French threatened to walk out of the euro unless the $1 trillion bailout went ahead. So the big boys, hedge funds and all that, are now shorting everything, and they smell even more blood. Last week a lot of our trades came on later in the week, which is okay. So remember, you don't need to trade every day, and looking at the larger time frames, you're not in front of your computer all day every day. So the bigger the time frames, fewer trades, but you get more profit. You've also got less commissions and everything like that to worry about. So, and you get more pips. So anyway, you need to learn to get away from those lower time frames. Okay, only go lower to enter. Let's see, where are we now to today? There's been big gaps lately at the weekends on the Sunday night opening, because I live GMT time. So, doing this analysis on a Sunday is very difficult lately because the markets are opening gapping. So Mondays I'm very cautious on my trades, like to see what the market's telling me, and then Monday night I'll do another analysis. So tomorrow I'll be very careful on all pairs. It's very difficult to look at your charts on a Sunday because of the gaps that have happened in the last few weeks. So anyway, we'll start with the pound dollar, how to play it tomorrow. I am only interested in going with the trend on every single pair. I'm not interested in counter trending at the moment. If the pound dollar decides it wants to bounce tomorrow, I really don't care. Okay, I'm in this short from high up. I'm looking for places to scale in, personally. Where I am saying places to enter, or I'm looking to enter, is where I'm looking to scale in. You might decide you'd like not be in and would take a fresh trade off it. That's up to you. So anyway, we either need a pullback or a breakout. We need a pullback. Oh, sorry. Whoops, I've moved that. Let's move this 1 second, guys. Let me put this back up here. Sorry. That should be up around there. We needed a pullback to 14774. I've got that at 14778 because I just moved it. Sorry, but it's 14774. It would be brilliant if we got that. This is a weekly chart. However, I don't think we're going to get that far up. So I will look for clues at 14700. It was also a previous low, and the daily 8 EMA is around that area as well. Sorry, no, I've got that down wrong. The daily EMA is just below 4800. So, but I will be looking down around 14700 for clues. On the lower time frame of the hour will be the lowest I will go to. I will also be looking for it on the 4-hour. If we fib the high to the low, we'll look at 14707 is at 38.2. 50 is 47.72. So around this 38.2, if we get a pullback, I will be looking to short. If it breaks through that, I'm looking at 14774. I would love for it to get up there. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll see there's a trend line. It may bounce a little bit when it hits this, and it may bounce us up. It may not, but this is very bearish on the weekly. So watch those areas there. Okay. The euro dollar, the $1 trillion rescue package didn't last very long, did it, last week? This is it. Look how bullish that, bearish. That is really bearish. This is a weekly chart. I told you about the French press. I'm only short and I'm not counter trending. I really do not care if this pair bounces a bit. I really don't. What that's telling me, the higher up it goes, the better my entry to scale more in short will be, because this pair is going down. There's no doubt about it. 12600 was previous support and resistance. Where are we going? That's 12621, so that's just 20 points above. So around there is where was previous support and resistance. If we go to the 4 hour, forgive these the monthly, weekly pivots here. 126 is just above here. It's around this line here. As you can see, previous support, previous resistance, just slightly lower down, 25.74. So 126 area, I'm definitely interested in scaling back, but we might not get back that far. We might only get back to 125. Or if we don't get back that far, what is working really well lately, and it worked on Friday, it worked on Thursday, it worked on Tuesday, and it worked on Monday. Well, no, it wouldn't have worked on Monday, you would have gone too far up, but it worked those 3 days last week, the MPB method. So that is the way I'm looking. But any euro related pair tonight, I am not touching until the market opens and the market settles down. The gaps we're having lately are an absolute nightmare. Let's go on to the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, where are we? Aussie dollar, very mixed outlook. On the monthly, we are still barely in an uptrend. However, we have an 821 on the 821 is on the weekly. If I move this onto the weekly, you will see that they are looking like they're going to cross. They're only a little bit apart. It's beginning to look very bearish, this pair. Look at the weekly candle, very bearish candle here on the weekly, very near the bottom. All right. It has broken the daily 200 EMA and it has closed the day below it. So that's really good for those of us who are in short here. It looks like it will reach 87.04. It should reach here next, which is where it spiked a couple of weeks ago. If it breaks and closes below then there, I will look for a standard breakout pullback method on the 4 hour to scale in. Until it breaks here, I am very suspicious that it could bounce back up. In summary, it is very, very confusing. If in doubt, stay out. That's what we always say. Those of us who are in this trade, watch this area closely. There's those of us who are in there since Friday. Friday I got in here. I know some of you got in down here. You're up nicely enough, so you should have some pips out and stop at break even at least. It doesn't belong down here. It belongs to be higher fundamentally and everything, so we should be long. But in Forex, nothing surprises me anymore. Just have to trade the clues that are given to us. So just be very careful on this pair, and we'll see what happens. There could be a gap, there might not. Euro pound. If you look on the 4 hour, we're in the start of a flag pattern. It should take us below 84. If you look on the weekly, we have a close below where I have been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks about this 86.50 level. We have a close below it. So you wait for a breakout. So a retest of 86.50, definitely short in there. Or you wait for a breakout of 84.30, 84.15, a close below, and then get in on the retest. But this is a euro related pair, so I'm waiting until the market opens and settles down. But there's been huge gaps on this lately. US dollar Swissy, we got in this on a pennant last week. It's very near the top. What you want is a pull, again, euro related pair. Wait till the market settle down. Pull back to 112.40, or if it breaks that, where is my Swissy notes? 1 second. So wait and pull back to 124.40. If it does not hold the gaps below it, then I would look to 1.1174, which is a 38.2 of the fib, and as you can see, previous resistance that have piled right through. So those are the areas I would look to there, but euro related pairs, so be careful. The CAD, mixed signals here too. We're still in a downtrend, okay, so I'm only looking to short. Price spiked up, but it failed to close above the weekly trend line and a strong previous support resistance line at 1.0400. But if you look, last week's candle was a bullish pin bar, which could indicate we could get a price reversal. So watch this, check when the market opens and settles down, please. 1.0400 was very strong previous. I got a nice trade off that last week, and it's also weekly trend line. but it did not close. It did not quite reach 1.0400, reached just below it last week, which tells me there's a lot of sellers up here, so this could be again on its way back to parity, but it could go up a little bit more before it falls. I really have to see how this opens and plays out the first few hours. So I will be looking for clues on the daily chart. If I move this down to a daily, I will be looking at the 200